All right. Let's try this again. Don't know.
This is weird. This is so weird.
Very weird.
Is so weird. I don't get this. I don't get this at all. No wasting time. You know what to do. As we here already, we might as well continue, right?
It is what it is. So I'm gonna have to investigate this during the week and see what's the issue. See
you know what we're gonna do? No, what's gonna happen is like we're gonna go live like midweek somewhere. I just happen to just check it out and see if it works. Because this is, I should be able to actually go on live you easily.
Yeah, I don't know, but we're here. You know what? We're gonna make it work. Sure. We're gonna make it work. I apologize for the technical difficulties, people. It's not my fault. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Technology. If I was one of my I could hear one of my Afrocentric people's being like, well, you know, it's the Mercury is in retrograde and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't subscribe to that, but you know, to each their own. So, y'all know the deal. It is what it is. While we are waiting to start the show, send out that invite. Hit that little triangle at the bottom, that little kite. Invite your friends, your family, your neighbors, all that stuff. You know what I mean? The people you like, people that you want to get close to. You know what I mean? Tell them, come on in. We're going to have some fun for the next few hours. We ain't going to let something small like that deter us. All right? But we keep it moving, yo. This is what we do, because this is Xion. Shout out to Mike Colston, a.k.a. Journeyman Artist, for the beat. That exclusive Xion niceness. All right, so this is a problem. Because, not really a problem, but because I'm sending it from my regular page, there's more people to invite.
Yeah,
so
it happens.
After a while, I might just stop. And yeah, but this is where you guys come in. You know what I mean? All right. Shout out to everybody joining us. All right, that's my invites for the night.
I got a lot more invites to come, so it's a lot more on my end. It's just not you.
Hands free. Oh!
While you intro Shawn, I probably might be still inviting people. So that's how
you do that, man. You do that.
Eric.
Yes, so normally it would be on the hieroglyphics, on the Xion page. But some technical difficulties caused it to be over here today. So
it happens, man.
If you know somebody who's usually a part of the show and they're like, hey, it's not on the Xion Network, it's over here today. So thank y'all for joining us. We're gonna have some fun, y'all. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna get into all the heavy intro. The beat is there running. You know what it is. I am Shawn Alleyne. I am your host. The gates of Xion are open. Welcome. Thank y'all for being here. Shawn Alleyne, aka MD Guys. I step on y'all on every level. Like Bambi mixed with Mephisto, I'm a daredevil. Oh, that's a little remix for you. Bambi mixed with Mephisto, I'm a daredevil. Bars, you'll get it later. You'll get it later. This is the Xion Network.
Disgusting.
And with me, as always, is
Julian L. Mosely, go by the name of Mos, spelled M-O-H-Z, creator, beatmaker, producer, illustrator, and all the good things that I can do. Don't know rest.
He's a man, a myth, a legend.
I don't think I am a legend, sir.
You're a
Not
legend to
yet.
me, brother. You're a legend to me, just so you know. All right. So
All right, okay.
we come
I
down a
dig
little
it.
bit. Ooh, hydraulics on him. Hydraulics on him. So yes, this is the Xion Network. The Xion Network is a comic book networking group that I started years ago here in Philly, for the purpose of bringing people who are fans of the culture, who are in the culture together, whether you're an artist, writer, cosplayer, creator, whatever. This is your home. We are here for you. We're gonna be spending the next probably hour and a couple hours talking some comic book stuff, some pop culture stuff. But the topic for tonight's show, I think, can it can affect a lot of people. Whatever field you're in, we are going to be talking about selling out. What is selling out? Is that even a thing anymore? We're going to be discussing it. We're going to get into it. But before we do that, I should let you know that we got to have a little disclaimer. All right. The following show may contain some trace amounts of some silliness, some cussing, some rudeness, shenanigans, sexual innuendos, strong opinions.
Very strong.
Very strong. The views expressed by Mose and myself do not reflect Xion Network as a whole. It's just us having some fun and being silly, spending a few hours on Sunday with y'all. So don't take it too serious. You know what I mean? So what's coming up on today's show? We have our discussion that we're going to be talking about selling out. We're going to be talking to our special guest, Delvin Howell, a writer extraordinaire, creator of the book Offset. He's going to be coming on like around 5:30. We're going to have some trivia. We're going to do some, we're going to have our segments, our lit pick. In other news, the Phantom Zone, Spotlight, all kind of goodness for y'all, all kind of pop culture goodness. This is the place to be. For everybody who's joining us, spread the word. Come on in. Thank y'all for being here. Mose.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling, brother?
Pin it. That was all I could tell you. I just sent something, so pin it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
Listen, like peanut butter and jelly. The crunchy kind, though. You know what I mean? The crunchy kind.
Oh, okay.
I like a little extra nuts in my peanut butter. Mose, I got a topic that has been weighing heavy on my mind.
Yeah.
It's been weighing heavy on my mind. Selling out. I've heard people talk about selling out before. And the definition of selling out.
Right.
Back in the day it was the belief that a person is compromising their integrity and their morality, their authenticity,
right,
by in exchange for money, and by signing with a large corporation, is usually, I mean, for an artist, for a creator, a writer, whoever, that was usually one of the most insulting things you could tell a creator, right? Sell out. You don't know what real art is. But the thing is, right? Everybody knows that as an indie creator, and here at Xion, we love all the big names and all that type of stuff. We love the Marvels and DCs, but one of the things that we like to highlight is the indie creator, right? Everybody knows that it's tough out here for a creator, artist, writer, musician, whatever.
It is,
right? It's tough, and it's a daily grind. Yes, you have your breakout stars, but it's a daily hustle, right? So my question, I guess, to start it off, to have this discussion, and I want you to remember too, this is open for the panel. So we want y'all to chime in. Y'all are the third host of Xion, so to speak, right? We want to hear from you. Is selling out a thing anymore? Is there such a thing as selling out anymore? People got to live. People got to eat, right?
True.
What's your thoughts? Is there such a thing as selling out when it comes to a creator, whether you're a writer, artist, whatever? What do you think?
If it demands, like, if you go to a different level, whereas that the thing that your audience love you for, you kind of like drive away from it, as in terms of how you think you play and how you work your artistry. Say like let's say for instance say like some rappers sometimes they do go on a different level. They say, well, yeah, I just stepping up because they just want to be thinking differently because they're not going to be talking about hustling, doing this, doing different things. Also, they're going to start thinking about if their life changed, they are going to talk about their life. So
Mm-hmm.
things like yeah, they're talking about more money, about all the problems they're having, and all these different things, and they'd be crazy and be like, and then you kind of lose your demographic, whereas you used to have these fans, and then you're like, you know what, you sell out because you talk about all this nonsense. It wasn't the same before, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a thin line on honestly though, Sean, because some people say yes, as you know, you can see a couple of people are agreeing that there is still a thing is yes. And like Rory said, it depends on working for a big company. It's not a sellout unless you are permanently violating permanent personal values, which is kind of like what you just said, basically, and what you said basically. So,
See, but my thing
um,
is, doesn't that look different from person to person? You know what I mean?
mm,
Because somebody might be like, well, I'm not going to support companies that are tied into big tobacco, right?
right,
Because,
right,
it causes cancer. They don't care about human health and stuff like that. But there might be somebody that's a creator that smokes, and they're like, hey, I like smoking. I don't care. Yeah, sign me up,
right.
big tobacco. Marlboro, that fat check. So would you
Mm.
still call that person a sellout? I mean, their belief system is different from your belief system. You know what I
Of
mean?
course,
Is,
because like if you
is the case for
his
judging too much?
um I is a fine line that we try to define the artist and the art. So it's like, would you would you back artist who happens to be a child abuser or a molester or something, even though he or she might do like great art. So that's
Mm-hmm.
another thing too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it defines on way you look at it because this topic is really broad in a sense because for me it's like sometimes their person's lifestyle actually bleeds into the art. So
Mm-hmm.
whereas that where they go, it changes. So
Okay.
sometimes he might say, well, he might sometimes he might say, but all right, yeah, for sure, like all right, I feel like doing this here today, and just totally change their image and totally different thing. And then again, going
Right.
back to what I said, it doesn't seem the same way to me. So to
Right.
me, that's kind of like basically like you just selling out because you see a big paycheck coming your way. So you're just like, you know what? I ain't just don't know exactly what he's saying, and just like just keep going with
Okay.
something else different.
Now let me ask you this, right? What about? I just here playing devil's advocate, man. I just throwing out stuff, right?
All right,
What if there is an artist that says, you know what? I don't really agree with all this companies. I don't agree with their mission statement. I don't like some of their practices. But
right.
I'm going to take this big check and I'm going to do something good with it. I'm going to Robin Hood them, right? I'm going to take this money.
Mm,
I'm going to do something good. Or I'm going to take a job in the company. I'm going to try to bring change from within the company. It may take 5 years, 10 years. And while you're
mm-hmm.
there trying to make this change, you're taking their money.
Right.
What about that person? Like, would you look at them as suspect? Is there a case where you're like, I don't care how much money it is, I'll never take it? Sorry, 10 billion? I'm sorry, what?
That's a difference though.
Because
That's
I
a
don't know
difference
if we
because
can sit here and play a moral chess, all this, right? But
all day,
I
but
feel that everybody has a dollar amount that you go and do something strange for that change. I don't want to be that guy.
I'm not gonna actually sit here and not say that I'm gonna skin my ass. Technically, beer poops to anything else. So that's me. I am not gonna strip for no sort of money. My name is not in stripper. I don't think there's any. Well, there is a S in my name, but that's my last name. But fuck it. But mere mere reason is like nah. Listen, if that person can't do that, fine. That goes with their principle. If they want to say like Robin Hood, the whole situation, sure, fine. But where does it end for you? That's the question
Right?
because you might see,
It,
you might say, well,
it
all right, yeah,
ends
you
when the
might,
house, the Poconos, that's where it ends. You know what I mean? It ends with a house in the Poconos. Ends with my little daughter being able to go to a good college. Is that wrong?
Not saying it's wrong, but even if you go past those means now, it becomes not even more personal. It becomes a lot more like silly, selfish, because it's like, all right, yeah, I get more money doing this, so I just doing what I have to do. So what you do? For me, if I actually get to a stop and say, all right, this is what it is. I'm just gonna leave this here. I'm gonna put it to something, this money to good use, and I'm done. I just bail out and gone. That's me.
All right, let me ask you this once again. Just playing devil's advocate, right? Just playing devil's advocate. Let's look at the famous cartoonist Bill Watterson, right? The creator of Calvin and Hobbes. One of my favorite comics ever, right? Amazing work.
Amazing.
A man who never made a cent off of merchandise. He never merchandised his stuff, right? He never merchandised Calvin and Hobbes. And then you look at somebody like, I don't know, Tom McFarlane, or who's the creator of Peanuts, right? Whereas like Peanuts Halloween specials and Christmas specials to this day.
I can hear the down song in my head all know.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We ain't going to get into how they did our boy Linus. But what about that? Is there a case where you can look at Bill Watterson and say, oh, well, this man, he didn't do it for the money, did it for the love? Is he a better person, so to speak, a better creator? Charles Schultz, thank you. Is he a better creator somehow? Yes. Not creator in terms of art, but a better person than Charles Schultz? Because he could have been making a zillion. He could have been printing money to this
guaranteed day. Guaranteed of that. Like I'm only sure I only see books of Calvin and Hobbes. I haven't seen anything else. Any besides print material. I haven't seen any cartoon shows. I haven't seen any other merchandise, like you said. So is it a weird? I don't know. You see, that's
I just throwing out stuff there, fam. You know what I mean?
I know, because I never really look at him as being like cheesy type to really say he wanted to do it or not, because it is so crazy.
All right, so my mind reflects. He said merchandising isn't selling out, but adding ideas to counter to your morale. But what? Adding in ideas counter to your morale, core beliefs, and inserting them into your original story is selling out. Okay. Now, what about the person that? No, Mose, you raised an interesting point earlier, right? That I want to dabble in. This one could be sticky. I really want to hear from people on this one, right? What about the person who your morals don't align with their morals, so to speak? All right.
Right.
I think we mentioned this on another episode. So the Rurouni Kenshin, popular manga anime property, right? And I can't remember the name of the creator of Rurouni Kenshin, but he was arrested on charges of pedophilia, right?
There you go.
And not just assumed, right? Not innocent till proved guilty. Like, he was guilty. They found the videos on his hard drive and all that type of stuff. He's guilty, pled guilty, all that stuff, right?
Right.
They said they're still going to release his anime on Netflix. And I've heard some people say that they plan on watching it. For me, I don't want no parts of it, right? There are some people that say they can separate the art from the creator. We got cases of Michael Jackson. We got R. Kelly, all that. You know, some people say, "What? No, I'm not listening to
that. You said R. Kelly. I mean, Michael Jackson is a good example of that. R. Kelly is like forever guilty. I'm sorry. We know this nigga did everything.
What about the person that says, well, his music is good, I'm going to keep listening to his music?
All right.
Are they wrong?
So, it is up to a certain point. They are correct. because everything in R. Kelly catalog I don't listen to. Let's just say that. Because
but at the point is not, you can't pick and choose what you're going to listen to. The thing is, are you going to listen to it at all? You're going to listen to something. I don't mean to put you on the spot necessarily.
No.
You know
It's cool. I just let you know how I feel. And just let you know how I feel.
All right.
I can listen to Michael Jackson all day. Shit. Because we know the motherfucker is strange. Like, straight. Don't get it twisted. This boy sing about this 10-year-old boy sing about a damn rat. Ben, come on, you didn't know that he was strange for a little while. Therefore, it was just a mere fact that it was, you would think that anybody would probably think he would think about or say about a crush on a girl, maybe something, but he's singing about a rat. So it's like, well, he determined that he was strange for a little while. But again, there are certain messages that in his music that we can all listen to, and up to a point, like, again, but R. Kelly's music is the same. So I'm thinking, is there anywhere or any point that the same creator, I can't remember what we said of the anime, sorry, but is there anywhere that his art has some sort of influence or something that you could say that makes sense, that you can watch it, maybe? If not, for me, it ain't worth it. It isn't worth it for me.
Well, here's it. Just real quick. Let's all. I just want to correct some thinking here. Miranda said we all wanted a Ben. No, I did not want a rat as a pet. Mike, that's your
I am not.
Good for you. There's no way that I would ever have a rat as a pet.
I'm sorry. I was 10 years old looking at 15-year-old girls. I'm sorry. I am not about that life.
Okay. What? 15, how we get from? Let's talk about rat.
You talking about rat? I said I was 10 looking at 15-year-old girls. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So she talking about. Right. That means Michael Jackson was 10 talking about rat. I was 10 looking at 15-year-old girls. All right.
Okay. I see what you're saying. You didn't have eyes for a rat. You was okay.
No.
I'm just making sure we're on the same page. I just, you know what I mean? I was, for a quick second, I was like, is there something that you need to tell me, fam? Did something happen? This is safe space.
What? Huh?
Was it judging? I wasn't judging. I thought that's where you were going with it.
All I'm saying is, like, listen, I was normal.
Tell you what, we're going to pause right here, right? We're going to take a quick little minute and bring our special guest in because we're a little bit behind time today because of some technical difficulties. But I think this is a good breathing point, right?
Yeah.
And there's obviously no easy answer to this, I think. So we going to come back to that. All right? Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good. All right, people. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, Mose. Appreciate you, man. So Mose is stepping off for a second. He's going to do his behind-the-scenes executive producer stuff. That's my right-hand man right there. And we are going to bring on our special guest of the night, a man by the name of Delvin Howell. Delvin, I saw you in here, so I know you're ready. Fam. The people ready. That's what they wanted. So let me see if I could find you in here. Delvin. Then, I got to put Sin Staba. We're gonna get into that name too, fam. I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions to ask. There you go. Boom. All right. Send request. All right. So this man coming up, Delvin Howell, incredible writer, inspiration for me. This is Delvin, your sideways.
A sideways?
Yeah.
Can I click it?
Can you do it? Can you turn? You gotta turn your phone. Yeah, there we go.
Oops. This is dark, man. Sorry. Can you see me?
Barely, kinda. Yeah, that's better.
All of a sudden it get dark in here, man. Shit.
I know. What you was up to in there, man?
Nothing, man. Hold on a sec, please.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us once again. This is the Xion Network. We're on every Sunday at 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Barbadian time. It's a pop culture show. We're going to be talking with the incredible writer Delvin Howell, creator of the supernatural martial arts books, Offset. Delvin, how you feeling, fam?
Yo, I'm good. I hear in darkness right now. I don't even understand why. Because I tested it just now. Can you still see anything on my end?
I can see you. We can see you, but it's a little dim, but that's all right, man. That's
A little
a little dim, but that's all
All
right.
right. You mind if I call you back in a minute?
Sure, man. Go for it.
Just 1 minute.
All right, no problem. Okay, Delvin is gonna take care of that, and he's gonna let me know when he's ready. We're gonna bring him back on. In the meantime, I'm curious about what do you people have to say about some more about selling out. That is the topic of today. What is selling out? I got another question. Like I said, just devil's advocate. I'm just putting questions out there. Y'all tell me. Do you think creators have a responsibility to the public? Is there a responsibility to the public from creators, whether you're an artist, writer, musician, whatever? Even though on Xion we're dealing mainly with comic book stuff, like, is there such a thing as a person having to do what the audience wants? That we have to align ourselves, our philosophies, with the majority of the public? Is that you know what I mean? Because we talk about freedom of expression, right? And the freedom of individuality. But do we really accept that? Do we really want that? I'm curious. Because who's to say, once again, that I don't want to have a book where all the women in there are it's an all-white book. And y'all know me, right? Y'all know me. I'd be on my Nubian tip. But what if I came up with a book that was like all about white people, and I didn't care. I didn't touch nothing on like what's going on in politics or nothing like that. I just made this really dope story. You know what I mean? Would y'all be cool with that? And I just said, hey, I came on and say, hey, look, this is just, I know people are going to eat this up. I'm just doing it to finance my dream project. If I came up with a project that was like, I'm just doing this for the sake of it to finance my real project, is that selling out? If I'm trying to do it as a means to an end? I'm just throwing out stuff out there. Doesn't mean I was thinking about it. You know what I mean? I'm just tossing stuff out there. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Somebody say that's your decision. Is the art and story good? Let's say the art is phenomenal, the story is great, but it was done solely for the purpose of making money. I didn't care nothing about these characters, right? I didn't try to have no kind of impact on the world. Would y'all look at me as a sellout? I'm curious. What is that about? You know what I mean? It's a tricky situation, I mean, we got companies like Marvel. We got companies that we know that they do things just for money, right? They put out crossover after crossover just for money, but we still support. Should we look in the mirror a little bit? I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there, people. This is dialogue. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I don't know if that's any better, man.
It looked the exact same, but that's all right. We're going to go with it.
Oh,
right?
shit.
We're going with it. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you, brother. For the 3 people on the planet who don't know who you are, tell them your name, what you're about.
Yeah, my name is Delvin Howell, and I'm the creator of the Offset series. So Offset is an urban fantasy tale that follows a young state licker who discovers an underground opiate trade in an alternate version of Barbados called Bimshire. This opiate trade is called the Dark Arts, where miracles are traded every day. The only catch is that each miracle comes with a burdensome debt. So from Kyle's point of view, Bimshire was always a burdensome place. He found it very dangerous. Flute music haunts the air. Shadows seem to stalk him. and if his mother died and a baby brother to raise, life was kind of hard for him growing up. But when he discovered, when his house was attacked by a serial killer, his trusted down a bloody path where he discovers the history surrounding the Harding family and the massive debts his mother left behind. So that's basically me in a nutshell.
I got a question. So, did you read that or did you have that memorized?
Memorized.
Good God.
Yeah.
That's when you know your story, people. That's when you know your story front to back, inside and out. Because it was like, something. Sometimes people ask me, hey, Shawn, what's the concept for this? I'm like, it's kind of like Fast and Furious meets. So I apologize for that. But so you are a writer. Your comic book is Offset.
Right.
What was the inspiration for doing Offset?
Well, I gotta go back to when I was a kid. The initial stories for Offset came from me just skylarking with my longest friend at the time, Jared. We used to make comics together when we were kids. So basically, we had our DBZ ripoffs and that sort of stuff when we were in primary school. Actually, I'm kind of proud of that stuff because some of the ideas still hold up in adulthood.
Right.
So, we made it up to a point where we got old enough to realize that industry did not exist because we did it as a placeholder for film and animation. That was our first love. A little confession, I wasn't a big fan of comics at first. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, it's crazy, right?
It's all coming up. It's all coming up.
That was another story, yeah. I wasn't a big fan of comic books at first. And Jared put me on to a manga called Battle Royale.
Okay.
Which blew me away. Still my favorite manga to this day. But the last story we made together, we made as a skylarking, and it was basically we made the first inklings of the character. Let me see if you guys can actually access this stuff. So we were just skylarking as kids. We didn't really have any real direction. But the concept for Kyle Harding, who is the main character, we made him. We made the concept for Sniper, and we made the concept for Damian Collins around that same time. Cardi saying devil hard at work today, boy, because I just can't look up. Hold a second.
You see what was going on with me and on my end, fam. So don't even worry about it. So
we're all practical.
What I like, right now, for everybody who may not know, Delvin is Barbadian. He currently resides in Barbados. Offset comic is based around Barbadian lore and culture and everything like that. And I love how just now Delvin said skylarking. So for the American audience who may not know what that means, it just means playing around, you're joking,
messing around. And this is like around the time, so this is back in I was in fifth form, fourth form, so 2002, 2003. So Naruto was kind of big at the time. Dragon Ball was fading out. And, obviously people getting more exposed to anime and manga, right? So it was a skylarking, and we made this concept here. This is Kyle. So we had the idea for Kyle. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. But so he didn't draw this at the time. This comes later, but we made the idea for Kyle Harding. We made the idea for Damian Collins. And we just said, hey, let's do a story with a stick liquor, and he fights with a sugar cane, right? And it sounds ridiculous on paper. You're just laughing at it. He fights with a sugar cane, you know what I mean? And then we talk about this guy, Damian Collins. We said, man, he gonna fight with a cutlass, but he named Collins, you know what I mean? We made jokes about it. Right?
Yeah.
And we made, we do a story about Sniper, a little man that felt muscles, right? Ball case from his back, you know what I mean? And we just sit down and skylark about it. But then, obviously at the time, it wasn't meant to be taken serious because, we were moving away from making comics at the time. But for some reason, the story stuck with me.
Yeah.
I asked myself, why does it have to be a joke if it's based on our culture, right?
Right.
It's something that's familiar. Why does it have to be like just something that is just funny, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Why can't they build it as something serious? Because like a lot of great stories that exist right now start off very like simple, right? Like obviously, One Piece. I know you're not a One Piece fan, Sean, but
Sorry,
you know,
can't do it.
if you boil One Piece down to one story, it's literally about a boy who wears a straw hat who wants to become the Pirate King. That's it, right? That's literally what it is. So his character Luffy, you could describe him like he has a straw hat, he has his like rubber limbs, he can't swim, but he wants to be a Pirate King. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I started thinking along the lines that okay, if all these big stories, the same Dragon Ball was based around the Monkey King in Chinese folklore. So I figured like, I could probably think about Kyle along the same lines as these main characters, and even though he has a very like ridiculous concept, it can grow from there. So I started thinking about it a lot more, and around that time, I started looking around my setting, the area around me, Barbados a lot, and I started being exposed to a lot of different stories, right? Within manga, within anime, within film, video games, whatever. I just collected all that and it just grew. Eventually, it settled upon this whole thing about because we always had the fact that his mother was an Obi woman, right? But I didn't just want to go there. I wanted to go something along the lines of like, it started like crime dramas at the time. So things like Boardwalk Empire, The Wire, I started falling in love with those star stories. So I was like, all right, why not just put that in the mix, right? Make it something similar to that. And I just want to focus on fight scenes, even though I love action. So I have like Julian would tell you, I got a heavy fetish for cinematic violence, but I kind of got greedy as a creator. So I was like, man, I just don't want action. Right. I want to have the drama there. I want to have the plot there. I want to have the characterization. I basically want everything that I can do with my current resources with this story. So eventually, over time, as I started putting ideas, bits and pieces together, I essentially started putting like this big ass document. So this is before I wrote the book. I did this thing where I wrote this big ass, I call it the Bible, but it's big 50 Word document full of just ideas, characters, and all these plot points. And eventually I got to the point where I got frustrated. I was like, you know what? Let me just write it out, right? I was in school at the time. I didn't really want to be waiting too much. And again, I decided to just write it out. I wasn't really a writer at the time. I did short stories and whatnot, but I kind of let the story go, man. So eventually I wrote it. It took a year to write the first draft. And then it went through a lot of edits, man. A lot of edits before I got this final product. And around that time, when I finished wrote it, I entered it into a contest, a local competition here. And I won first in the category. So
congratulations.
Pretty happy at that. But I still wanted something like, again, I wasn't a fan of comics at first, but I fell in love with the medium after reading Battle Royale. From Battle Royale, it went to things like Tenjo Tenge. I went to things like Air Gear. Like I've read at this point nearly like hundreds of manga at this point, right? And Western comics and this sequential art. Read a lot of books as well. Which is something that I did English lit in school for my curriculum, but I didn't read for fun until someone pointed out that I can tell you don't read a lot, and I was like, you real? And then I was like, let me just read some more, right? Okay. And I read Harry Potter, and again, I'm the sort of person that go down rabbit holes. So when I sit down and read something, and I do something, I just say, all right, let me just read this, and this, and this, and this. Right. I've read scores of books in many different genres, developed my own writing style and whatnot. So all that contributed to what Offset became. And it basically just expanded to something that I could be proud of at this point.
To me, the growth of you as a writer is the fact that you said, you know what? I grew up loving violence and liking a lot of violence and stuff. As Mo says, you loves violence. But the fact that you said you want to incorporate the drama, the other aspects in there as well. And I think it ties into the first question that we have. And once again, people, please send in your questions for Delvin. We are here for you. Ben Twist Bliss says, has your creative process changed over the years?
Pretty much, yeah, because I'm the sort of person that used to move off of a blueprint. I like to have, like I mentioned before, I like to write a lot of my concepts down and just be like, all right, let me just have this here, and this is how the plot is gonna go. But then, like after following a lot of creators that I admire, particularly Stephen King, because Stephen King mentioned this, he says that a lot of stories are organic when it follows a plot. Because I don't know if you notice this in a lot of stories that you watch in movies or whatnot, but when you're trying to get the characters to get from point A to B, sometimes they do things that don't make sense, but you just want to follow the plot alone. So it's like, okay, I'm going to sit down and this character has to, for example, this character has to turn evil. But why? Because he has to. It's cool, but you don't have an explanation as to why he's turning evil.
Right.
It seems like, for example, like, I don't want to name Game of Thrones, but that's the most famous example. They wanted a particular ending, but it didn't make sense for the character at the time. So it came out of nowhere. So I started doing this little mental game where I treat the characters as people and try thinking about what they would do in particular situations based on their personality. And then if that fits into the plot, it moves forward like that. If it doesn't fit into the plot, then I perhaps have to change the plot so that it fits something that matches their personality and matches their character, so that it seems organic. Because really and truly, at the end of the day, audiences don't care about the plot and ideas so much. I know we as creatives do. We love concepts, we love ideas, we love to see like, oh man, this thing's badass, it's so cool. But the layman doesn't care about that. The layman cares about the character, the story. That's what kind of makes the human element is what people kind of care about. So in my adulthood, as I've written more, I've tend to value a lot of the human element a lot more in stories as opposed to just the action scenes and the concepts. When I was younger, I was fetishizing because I love Matrix, my favorite film of all time. I love the idea of Matrix.
That's why we here, fam. I still for One Piece. But continue.
You like One Piece too? That's your word for ready for yet, but don't worry. But but yeah, I love Matrix a lot as a kid, right? It's a huge influence for me. But as I got older, I started to look at the human elements within the Matrix and appreciate it for that more. See, that's so. I think that's the biggest change for me as a creator. I still do a lot of things I did when I was younger. I'll do it albeit in a more controlled way. I still like have a lot of references. I read a lot of comics, but I don't want to read them. I consider myself a student of the game, right? So I'm always trying to learn. I can't draw, right? First off, I cannot draw, right? I have very amazing collaborators, namely Tristan Roach, a colleague from Beyond Publishing, on his show. So Hans worked on Hans Steinbach, who worked on the book, which I have not showed, but it's the book. They illustrated this. I don't know if you guys can see it because my light is pretty bad, but yeah.
So this is why sometimes I feel like I need 2 hours with the guests. There's so much stuff I want to pick your brain on. I try to put it all together. All right, let's back up real quick. First of all, shout out to the artists too. You showed some art earlier. Shout out to Tristan and all the people behind the scenes I know help you with your stuff. But something that I wanted to know about the culture of the comic book, right? You're Barbadian, you live in Barbados, yes, but there are a lot of people that they feel like, okay, people may not get it, right? We got to make these characters white, or we might got to put them in a whole different land or something like that. Was it a conscious decision for you to keep these stories in Bimshire, even though it's a fictional version of Barbados, right? Was it a conscious decision? Was it just that you didn't see any other option? You know what I mean? Did you try another way and then you was like, what am I doing? What was the driving force for keeping it Barbadian?
Well, I had a lot of stories before in the past. Like I mentioned before, I had a lot of Dragon Ball ripoff, which I'm not gonna lie, that shit was like a multi-series comic with like its own universe, multiverse, and also I had like generations and stuff, right? And I had many different stories of different genres that I still have in my head to this day. But as I pursued this particular story, I told myself that, okay, I may only have one shot at this. And if I have one shot, I want to keep it local. I want to show something that you don't really see before, right? We haven't seen this. People don't really focus on the Caribbean that sort of way in terms of fantasy, in terms of certain like martial arts, in terms of action. in terms of like certain drama. Like you always have a certain archetype, and I kind of want to change that. A lot of Offset is like a juxtaposition of what's beautiful and what's kind of like not so beautiful. You know what I mean? Like if you look at the actual Caribbean region, you know, it's seen as paradise from the outside, but obviously we that see, you know, we that live here, we kind of see what's not so pretty or what's not like something that would appeal to the upper class, or you know, you wouldn't see it in a tourism video, but it's still part of the Caribbean just the same. I want to have that same vibe within this particular story. So it has the magic, but it also has the violence, right? It's paradise, but there's a bit of darkness here, a bit of horror here. You know what I mean? It has the sort of like, it's fantastical, but at the same token, it's kind of grungy and pop down as well. So I want to have that particular thing in the aesthetic, in the storytelling, and particularly in the stories, because I want to change how people see the Caribbean. Like I only have one shot at this, and I figured that, well, I could do other stories based on other genres, based on other locations, you know, it'd be much easier. But I do like the feeling of when people sit down, and especially people who are immigrants who live overseas, you know, people who are part of the diaspora, and they see things that are familiar to them in this particular book. You know, that feeling to me is like, it's really, really, it's gratifying. Yeah, I know there's a point we had issue 1 of Offset, and a guy wrote a comment, and he was confused. He was generally confused because he saw the comic among like a lot of manga, web comics, and a lot of like other comic books, right? And he was reading it thinking it reminded him of, like, you know, he said that in the comic it reminded him of Bleach or you know, it had that sort of vibe, right? But then he was confused because he saw like the character at a bus stop. And it's like, I'm certain that's a bus stop. But they're not bus stops in Japan. So he was generally confused. He literally was like, I don't get it, that's a bus stop. That's weird. So when he mentioned that, he literally was like, is this based in the Caribbean? Like, what is this? Because he's Jamaican, so he was like generally confused as to why there's a bus stop here, because it looked familiar. Obviously, he's a fan of the genre. Right. To see the setting and the characters and whatnot, it was new. So when I saw stuff like that, and obviously, you know, you're dealing with subject matter that you're not really seeing very much of, it kind of shows that I'm going on the right path. You get what I'm saying? Like, people kind of want something different, and I do love that, like, Japan has managed to showcase their culture in ways that, you know, are unique to them. And I like what you said, because I think people want something different. They don't even know they want something different till they get it. Yeah, till they get it. Exactly. So let me talk about the spin-off real quick. Like the accompanying merchandise to the main comic book, the novel, right? Why a novel? That's a long word. Like, you know, why not just stick with the comic book? Where did that come from? The novel came first. The novel was me being impatient. Because I kind of recognize that there's a lot of work that has to be involved with doing a comic book, and I had to make sure that I had resources. I had to make sure the artists had time to do it as well. Right. But I wanted to get the story out there. So I said that I only have control over my words. I've only recently gotten confident in my words. It took a lot of years for that to happen. Okay. But I only have my words to go with. And, you know, it's a story that I had to tell, so I decided to use the words. Now, the way the novel was, again, I was also not a big fan of books before. Remember, my first love was film and animation, so I had to adapt, right? But when I started deep diving into books, just like the same way I deep dive into comics, a lot of the books that I liked, not a lot of the books I liked, but some of the books that I really loved were the Vampire Hunter novels. I love those, and the Change of Blood novels, right? And what was crazy at the time is that I knew these were based off of anime and manga. I didn't know they were based off of books. The books were the source material. So when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, this is the actual, this is where they get the story from, right? So when I looked at it, I just saw that had the images and the illustrations and the aesthetic of the manga or the comic or the anime. I was like, oh shit, okay, if I do a book, I want it to look like this. So when the book was done written, At the time, we made the comic as a one shot. So I know you met Matthew before. He came on the show before previously, right? Matthew, right?
Shout out to Matthew Clark.
Yeah, another guy from Beyond Publishing. It's a group of us, so it's like me, Tristan, Alleyne, Matthew, all the guys. So Matthew hit us up when he was doing his college project, master anthology, right? So we had a conversation before, because when I first discovered comic books and I developed a love for it, I realized that he was doing comics of the same caliber, right? Close to what was reading thing, which is kind of shocking, because it's like, oh shit, people are down here doing this on this level?
You're right.
Okay, things possible, right? So we had a conversation, and he basically liked the idea of Offset so much. He was like, all right, cool, let's do like a fight scene for this school project, right? And I looked for the idea because I was like a big fan of Matthew's art.
Right.
So I don't know if you guys ever saw this, but this is Matthew's adaptation of Mass. I know the light is very dark. My apologies.
It's for the anthology, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the anthology, right? So basically, he did a one shot of it in the Mass anthology book, and that was the first time it was illustrated. So I was like, oh, cool, this is in a comic form. It had a nice fan base. People kind of liked it when it came out. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do another one. So at the time, Tristan was working on the second one, because Matthew kind of got to a project too. So he put me on to Tristan, and I was like, cool, all right, let me see, he would do the second half. And, Tristan was so enthusiastic, I gave him a shot, and the stuff he chose was pretty cool, right? And I was like, all right, I can make this a comic as well. So I started thinking about it as a comic, because a comic and a book are different things, right? You got to have a different mental space, a different design when it comes to sequential art and writing. So I had to basically compartmentalize my brain to think about them as two different mediums, but telling the same story, right? So I eventually learned the language of comic books and was able to implement that language in making issue 1, which is in this volume. And see it from here, but it's the full volume, issue 1 to 4.
Okay.
This is issue 1's cover. Right?
That beautiful Tristan art.
Yeah, correct. So that Tristan hit me up and said he wanted to do a second. He wanted to do take another crack at it. I was like, yeah, let's go, right? And
so you got 4 issues out now, right?
Yeah, it's 4 issues in 1 volume. So that's issue 1 to 4.
Congrats. Y'all better show some love for this hard-working man over here too, by the way. Show some love for this man. All right, go ahead.
Issue 1. Is issue 2. I don't know if you see any of this, but issue 3. Here. Issue 4. And this covers chapters 1 to 3 in the novel.
Okay.
The novel has 12 chapters. So people who read the novel are going to be way ahead. You can see it.
Yeah.
They're going to be way ahead of the comic book readers, right? Kind of think of it like how seeing Game of Thrones, people read the books first, and they're like, oh, well, I'm way ahead of you.
Okay.
I read the book, right? So it has that same sort of like.
So do you plan on translating the novel, the entire novel, into comic books as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got you.
That's the plan. It's a very hard task, but I definitely want to do it because, as I mentioned before, I'm a fan of cinematic violence. I kind of far removed from film and animation right now, but comics are doable. They are hard, extremely hard, but they're doable. They're within my grasp. So I tend to.
Can you tell people where they could get the books? I saw a question earlier. I don't want to forget some of the questions. Where can they pick up the novel and the book?
There's actually a link on my Instagram page, Offset Comic.
Okay.
Offset Comic. So follow me. I click that link. I've also, you can get issue 1 on Comixology on Offset, but I actually want to release a digital version for it as well. Okay. And I'm trying to still trying to work on distribution. But I'm trying to get. I know you can get a novel sent to you physically right now. The comic book is still in the works, but that's going to be available for shipping very soon. So just follow Offset Comic and click the link in the profile description, and you'll be able to go to a payment gateway, we can get it.
So a lot of people, people, please make sure that you follow Delvin and follow Offset, comment and support. So you just mentioned something that I think a lot of people still don't realize how hard it is to put out a comic book, right? What were some of your setbacks as an entrepreneur? What were some of the obstacles that you face in the everyday grind of working and creating this epic project?
Right off the bat, a big hurdle for me is duties.
And for the people who don't know what's that?
That is well, okay. For the non-Americans out there, usually when you import something, you have to pay extra duties for it because it's not made here. People want to control foreign exchange, so they're like, well, it's not made locally, you're importing it, so you're going to get taxed for importing it because you're affecting the country's foreign exchange, levels.
Yeah.
So they basically place a tax on the consumer for it. I'm always trying to think about things to scale, so that's been a big issue for me because it's one thing trying to make the books, get them made, a budget for them and get them made, but it's quite another to get them printed.
Yeah.
We don't really get books printed here. They're printed by print-on-demand agencies. So just bring them in and then send them back out is a huge Herculean task that literally stopped us from moving to the next level, I think. And of course, just kind of like adapt on the fly. And obviously, COVID now is another smoke of the wheel now, as another partner right now that is literally influencing the marketplace. So we're still trying to move around in that particular point. So I think that's the biggest hurdle. Obviously, I always tell people that comic books are a collaboration. Yeah. Even though you're a writer or artist, you may be budgeting for it, you may be paying that particular, or hopefully you're paying the person that you're working with.
Yeah. That's nice.
Paying the person you're working with. Even though you have that particular relationship, it's still a collaboration. You still want to have that other creator's input in terms of what they want to do, because I try to think about what they want to make and if it's a right fit for what the book is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you're a fan of this particular thing, I'm gonna let you write it. So for example, recently, so Tristan on the team, they've left a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they Tristan likes to draw women, right? He's probably gonna laugh at this, but he likes to draw female characters, right?
He draws them well.
He draws them very well, right? He loves his females, but Offset's first 3 chapters did not have a lot of female characters in them, and he was like, "Where are the women?" They need to draw women, and there are female characters in Offset. Actually, I can show you a bit about later before we go, but yeah, some of the most powerful people in the Offset story are females.
I like that.
Yeah, it's not just like people might think it's a sausage fest. It's not, trust me. But he was like, okay, where are the women? I want to draw women. So the 4th book I introduced it's a party scene. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's a party scene. I introduced Colin's girlfriend and his friend, and that's like a normal scene in Club Extreme, St. Lawrence Gap. You know what that is, right?
Yeah. I passed on St. Lawrence Gap every now and again.
Yeah. You're too far from here. So this scene here, so he literally this went wild in this particular scene, right? I don't know if you can see it here because it's kind of dark.
It says the party scene.
It's like this is the opening of St. Lawrence Gap.
Right, yeah.
And so he went well with this. He was right outside Jordy's characters, right here.
That's why I love this. I love it.
Yeah. So stuff like that eventually made this amazing spread. This came out very, very well. And
you know what I love about the book? I keep saying it's feel authentic from all the elements that you put into it of the storyline, the locales, and then with Tristan's ability to interpret. When you write, I feel like I am Barbados. It feels, you know what I mean, but still has this real vibrant manga anime style feel to it.
Yeah, I want to take the elements that you see in manga and anime, but I want to apply them to our culture and our setting. That's one of my big goals.
Speaking of which, sorry.
No, I just want to finish answering the question. So I just saying that because I understood Tristan to draw women, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put that in the story, just so that he can like get a chance to draw it. I tend to be very open-minded in his suggestions. I actually trust him a lot, and I think trust is a big part of it. As a writer, especially, obviously, and you have a lot of artists on here, but if you have a writer collaboration, please communicate with your artists who you're working with. Be very clear. I try to make the job as easy for you as an artist as possible for illustrating. So I tend to be very, very detailed in what I do. Like I mentioned before, I like action scenes.
Yeah.
And I tend to, and this is a tangent, sorry for the tangent, but I find that when you're in certain Western comics, people just say, well, you have this nice dramatic filled Shakespearean story, and then they fight in the script, and leave it up to the artist to do a cool fight scene, right?
Yeah.
Which usually often works, but I tend to gravitate towards the books that have the fight scenes. You put a lot of thought into it. You actually put it in, as a writer, in the design and the storytelling, right? Yeah. So I tend to I use stickmen, right? Like I actually drop stickmen, and like no joke, I take stickmen, I draw them out, and I show them to Tristan. I show them to anybody I work with, my stickmen, right? So they can have an idea how the page is supposed to go, and where you want to go in terms of the story. And then they have annotated particular write-up of how the actual story goes. So I don't know if you can see this. I don't. If you can see it, literally, there's stickmen. Literal stickmen.
I don't know, Delvin. You might got a future in drawing a comic book.
Literal stickmen. That's how we start. That's how we do it. Scenes here, stickmen.
Listen. Listen.
Laugh about it, but that's I have it here so that you, the artist, can literally sit down, read the book as a stick book. You could see if it straight works, and then he can sit down and do a sketch of it and then move forward. So that stuff, it helps the process, because I don't want, obviously it's a very labor intensive job. It requires a lot of focus.
Yeah.
Anything that disrupts from that focus, it makes the comic harder. Yeah. It's gonna
I like working with creators like you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The job easier. And just saying, you saw how One Punch Man started off. You might be able to take your drawings and do something with them. Just no pressure. Let's say.
I don't even laugh at that. Those guys, I admire Japan for that, because they've gone to the point where source material doesn't matter, so they take stories from anywhere. And I don't know if you ever watched Mob 100.
Nah.
Ever watched that? That's from the creator of One Punch Man.
Okay.
And he literally, Mob 100 has the stickman. It has the stickman simple art style that one did as an anime. There is no middle. There's no Murata. The whole One Punch Man did Murata to make One Punch Man look all fancy and nice. There's no middleman. He just adapted his original stickman comic.
Yeah.
But the anime works very well. In that particular style, right? So I like the fact that they are so. It got to a point where the industry has grown to that point. I'm hoping that we ended up sparking something here in Barbados, or in the Caribbean region in that regard. I know there are talks about it.
Yeah.
I know people are definitely looking to move in that direction.
You can see it happening. And real quick, I love, once again, I know I keep mentioning it, but the authenticity of it, the even the name, Offset. Tell the people what the name Offset means.
Man, I had a generic name at first, man. I call it the Debt or some stupid name. And then at the time, I just obviously Bleach was popping off at the time. And I was like, why is this called Bleach? What, this doesn't make any sense, because obviously we take about Bleach, you take about Clorox. So I was like, why they call it Bleach? So in my mind, I was discovering
Cure, but go ahead.
I hear.
I said, or I think about Trump's Corona Cure, but
well, yeah, because I was looking at that, and there are a lot of different stories at the time, and I was like, man, these men just don't care about names. He has overthink names, right?
Right.
So I said one sounded Beijing, someday I wanted to sound Beijing.
Yeah.
but I want it to actually be like, all right, I want it to sound cool as well.
Yeah.
So at the time, Offset is slang. Offset was slang for like, you having a messed up day. This person messed me up.
Right.
So I say, yeah, use the Offset. Offset song. Offset is. I put it on and this.
That was it.
We call it Offset. Yeah, because it came off the tongue so much. You know, in my head, I had trailers in my head, and Offset is being there, and the logo on openings, and it like that. I just think about that shit. So I was like, oh, this is cool, dude.
Another thing that you got in there, you know, the even though it's heavy on martial arts and fighting and stuff like that, you're using a lot of Barbadian style like fighting techniques and stuff like that. Tell us about the kung fu and the martial arts elements in there from a Beijing standpoint.
So a big thing that I wanted to do for Kyle, because originally Offset starts off kind of grounded, yeah. I might risk of spoiling myself by mentioning the magic, but you know, I think it's best to just like explain the story idea in one line instead of having like this whole mysterious thing. That probably works better for Simon. So I chose stick licking because one of my goals for Offset is I wanted to make the stick licker as iconic as the samurai. You know, at the time everyone liked seeing samurai characters. The katana was like fetishized to all hell. And I was like, I want to do that with stick licking.
And for the American audience, the people who may not know what stick licking is, it is Asian fighting art in Barbados where you take two sticks and you fight with it. Stick licking, stick fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I think right now it's seen as like as kind of like a recreational, ceremonial type stuff. But I applied it as, because I was told, as I met people who discovered the comic and who actual historians, they were saying that yes, like it was actually a martial art. There were actually people who were like, you should have messed with them if you were a stick licking master. And they're actually practicing stick lickers in Barbados right now. I've talked with them. I'm actually supposed to talk with them, maybe them very soon, but they treat it like an actual martial art. So I wanted to actually have it as a martial art, as a dangerous martial art, as opposed to this being like a ceremonial dance thing. So that's the reason that I had it. So obviously stick licking, my version of stick licking is based off the stick licking that you see in the Caribbean, right, in Barbados. But it's also based on the stick licking on like different stick fighting martial arts, like there's an Egyptian martial art called Tati. That's similar to that. I can't pronounce his name. Nguni, Nguni. I think that's a Zulu martial art. I use sticks as well.
Okay.
And obviously Salat as well. So I use that like stuff that exists in different martial arts movies and from history and from the actual stick licking martial art, and apply that to Kyle's version or Offset's version of stick licking. The same can also be said for Collins' fighting style. He fights with a cutlass. He's what you call a cane cutter, right? That's the term they call him in the series, the cane cutter. And there's something where people say a cutlass is a common weapon. You get better at man chop with a cutlass.
Yeah.
But a man that put with a cutlass is not a cane cutter. A cane cutter is night and day, right? So his fighting style is kind of based a little bit on capoeira. It has a bit of the wudang or wushu, kind of similar to what we see like Chinese martial arts.
Okay.
But I also twisted it into my own image as well, because these martial arts within the story, this is mentioned within the first chapter. It's not a spoiler, but legend goes within the story that these martial arts were formed during the days of slavery within the Offset series. So just very much like stick lickers, the cane cutters, they formed a martial art during slavery times, and it was passed on from generation to generation to generation. So that's where it is. So I kind of applied that. So I rooted it in real world martial arts, but twisted it in my own image to have things pop off a little bit. And the same goes for Sniper. Sniper he's part of what they call the Peltane family of the East. For those who need a reminder, Snipers do with the ball case when he back. Right?
Show that.
So,
and while you show that, I'm going to say to let them know for the non-Barbadian peoples or the non-Caribbean peoples, when you say pelt, that means to throw with force. So you say, I'll pelt this rock at you. You're going to throw the rock at the person.
Yeah. So this is Sniper. he mentioned before, he fights by throwing objects at very far distances.
Yeah.
Extreme accuracy, right?
Ooh.
And he is quite individuals called.
I like Gambit, so I like that type of. I like that. I like Bullseye and things. So I like
yeah. Actually, yeah. So he's like Bullseye on crack, to be quite honest. He's like Bullseye on crack, and he has a case on his back. So he's part of an organization called the Peltier Family of the East.
Okay.
Right, and they specialize in throwing objects at far distances with extreme accuracy. Right, highly skilled marksman, and he again is based off like real world techniques. Like I kind of looked at things like dart throwing and other things like that. Actual like we call it athletic marksmanship with regards to throwing darts. So I use those sort of techniques and I played that as a martial art within the actual story, right? So that's kind of how my mind works. Right now, there are characters, and I'm probably gonna unveil this for the first time.
Oh shoot, we getting exclusive? We getting a Xion exclusive? That's what I talk about.
But the rabbit hole gets deep, gets dark, gets deeper.
And stick around, people, because we are going to have trivia in 1 second.
Yeah,
we're going to wrap it up, and you know how we do. We're gonna bless y'all with some gifts. We got there, Delvin.
So this is the cover for book 2. Book 2's done, but I still designed the book. This is book 2.
We mean the second novel?
Yep, second novel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Tristan again.
I know it's Hans. So Hans Steinbach or Hanzo. He works on novels. So he illustrates the novels. Tristan, I consider Tristan the art director on these because I usually consult with him a lot in terms of the artwork, the novels.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, the novels are illustrated. They're what you would call late novels, where the inside book ending every chapter, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of like matches.
Ooh, I see what you're doing. Yeah.
So it has the actual scenes from the book illustrated.
Yeah.
Black and white. You know what I'm saying? So I still want to have that sort of comic flair because like people kind of familiar with us as a comic, not as a book.
Yeah.
So, right. So I want to have that sort of continuity, and plus I kind of like novels. So,
me too. I like that. I love that.
You know what I mean?
So listen, we got to get it here, but one more time, tell the people where can they get the book, man? Where can they get the novels and the comic books? Let the people know.
If you follow our Instagram page, Offset Comic, that's the Instagram page, Offset Comic. You follow that page, there is a link that carries you to the novel. You can purchase it via paperback. It comes in paperback and hardcover.
Do you have digital? Digital as well?
Digital, I'm working on digital right now. Digital has a lot of growing pains, but I'm working on that as well. Very soon, please follow the page to get updates on that. Comicsology issue 1.
Shipping to Philadelphia? Shipping overseas?
Yeah. It's actually easy to ship a novel right now. The comic I'm working on very soon, though.
Oh, great. I need that.
And also, you can get issue 1 of the Offset comic on Comicsology. Right now, it's on Comicsology issue 1. But I am going to try to get the full volume of digitally very soon. You can also message me. We're also on Patreon. If I also almost forgot. We're on Patreon. Offset series.
Yeah, he dropped the Patreon in there. I like that. Thanks, Mosely. Appreciate it.
Offset series, right? Offset series, right? So that right there, you can also support us there to get exclusive.
Beautiful.
It's still on a soft launch stage. Obviously, 2020 happened, so I wasn't able to do the big hullabaloo. But I still find that there are people that are interested. Still trying to work on some things. I almost forgot this little beauty. This is the back cover.
Oh, okay. Bring it a little closer. Let me see that, fam. Let me see that. Okay. I love it. I want it. I need it.
Issue 2.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
blessing us. They got some men that got to line. I just gonna give you a little preview. See your beauty here.
Ooh. Oh. Yo, we gonna be
the
talking
main
after this,
villain.
but I need you to send me some stuff. I'm not trying to be greedy.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. So this is like the main villain for like one of the main villains for the second book. Like I mentioned before, the girls aren't here. The girls are coming. It's not just a sausage fest, guys.
I need that.
People are actually coming here, and they're very dangerous and very strong. So that's her, and I'm gonna show her partner quick before we go. Okay, here we go. Stop loading page.
No, Ron, don't be greedy, Ron. This ain't for you. Talk about send me too. No, I love it.
Yeah,
I want all of it.
Right, and there's her partner here, who's also on the cover of Dario.
Shoo! Wait, who do the character designs?
Yeah.
Tristan?
Well, those actually made those. I just sent them to artists to do initial mock-ups. But these illustrations are from Hanzo. These are from the artist. So I met Hanzo, who illustrated the novel, by doing commissions. So he literally was like, all right, I'm gonna I worked with him so well back in the past that I put him on a bigger project. So you know, these guys are landing soon. This guy's on issue. He's coming in the comic very soon as well. The characters go online. I know I've been very people who follow me for a long time have literally like said I've gone silent, but there are things in the woodworks. This is in the book as well.
Yeah.
Dorian Nelson. This is the Heartman, my version of the Heartman.
Oh, are we gonna talk? We gonna talk.
People,
listen, we got get out of here, fam. We got too much. You gonna have me on here all night with you, fam. Listen, before we go, before we go, we're gonna do a little trivia with the people, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna try to bless them with some stuff. Who knows? It might be some digital comic books, a digital piece of the novel. It might be some character designs. I don't know. We gonna take care of y'all. So hope y'all ready. If you haven't been part of the show before, the way it works is easy. We're going to ask 2 questions. We're going to get 2 winners each. The first 2 people to put the answers into the chat, you win. It's that easy. All right? Let me get my, make sure I got my notes here. Let me make sure I write this down. So, the first question, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it easy. We mentioned that there's martial arts involved in the comic book. Name one of the styles from the Offset universe. One of the styles of martial arts from the Offset universe. We're going to keep it easy for them, Delvin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this one is a big one.
The first 2 people, you win. He mentioned a bunch of different techniques. We got boom. Easy breezy. My man Rel. What up, Rel? And Mishka? Am I saying that right?
Mishka.
Congratulations. My man said Pelton. That's right. It's correct. But they were first to get in. We got another chance, though. We got another question for y'all. All right? The next 2 people. I want to make sure we give them enough clues. All right, I'll switch up. I'll switch it up. Delvin mentioned one of the first mangas that he started reading and one of his main personal inspirations. Name that manga.
Jeez, who get this?
Name the manga that we talked about. That's why you gotta pay attention in the show. That's why you gotta be.
Oh, that's.
Delvin talked about a certain manga that he started reading that he's a personal fan of. I'm not so much a fan of it. Name that manga. I mean, I feel like it's not wrong.
Shawn actually changed it up a bit. Rune.
He mentioned some good stuff. I'm not seeing the answer that I want. I'm gonna go with. Oh shoot! Wait, is there a problem? We got a technical issue. We got a technical issue. Oh shoot, Delvin, you there? You good? Can y'all still hear me? Give me a thumbs up. I going with One Piece. One Piece is the one that I was thinking about. Ah, what going on? Don't tell me we came so far. Oh, I don't know what happened. But yes, the manga I was talking about was One Piece. So I gotta go with the first people who said it. That would be, I mean, Battle Royale is a good answer too. I wasn't thinking of Battle Royale, but Ron. See, I want to give it to you, Ron, but you said it with a question mark at the end. This in jeopardy. You gotta be confident with your answers. You know what I mean? Do you mean One Piece? You gotta say it like my man Jay Black. Jay Black 2016. That is correct. One Piece is the answer that I was thinking of. Who else said it? Who else said One Piece? Pirate Monkey. You said it. One Piece is correct. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right. Boom. All right, Jay Black. Yeah, you won last week, so we're gonna give it to you. You could donate your praise, or we're gonna give it to the next person. Who's the next person that said One Piece? Did anybody else say One Piece? All right, the next person to write One Piece in the chat, you win. That's it. Next person to write One Piece. Who's gonna be first? Anybody. As long as you didn't win last week. Just type One Piece in the chat, you win. It's that simple. Boom. Mishka, you greedy. You already win the last question. What you saw? Huh? Why you gotta be like that? Huh? Rel, you already won. Why you gotta be like that? Reflex, didn't you win last week? Y'all greedy. Let me see. The young gifted 24. I'm gonna write down Reflex, but Reflex, if you won last week.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
I don't know.
That just caught me out.
But I'm glad you won, so we can end it off properly. Delvin, thank you so much for being here, man. I could have spent all night on there. We already running behind. I apologize, but thanks for coming.
No problem,
you know, any closing remarks, anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Just thanks for the support and the interest. I didn't get who won the second part of the show, but congrats, guys. I hope you enjoy the praises. And yeah, I'm still grinding. I'm still gonna be cranking out work slowly but surely. So thanks for the guys for your support. Follow Offset Comic. Follow us on Patreon at Offset Series at Patreon. That's the actual name, Offset Series. Patreon.com/offset, right? Okay. And yeah, I'm gonna just be doing updates as much as I can. Also follow Art of the Cub. He is he's Tristan. He's the artist behind the series. He also has a series Spirit Bear. He's working on a series with Alleyne, another one of my associates from Beyond Publishing. Right. He is I think it's called Dare with the Stray Dog. So look out for that. Oh yeah. We can also follow. So don't worry. We can Tristan. Yeah. And follow Beyond Publishing Caribbean as well. That's a group of us if you want updates as well. So yeah. All right, buddy. Peace. Appreciate you, man. Be safe. Later. Right. Cool, man. Yeah. All right. So I apologize. We're running a little bit behind schedule. We're going to keep it moving. Thank you so much for staying with us. We are going to roll into our next segment with Seth Dalsey. Seth Dalsey with his segment In Other News. This is where we give you a weekly update of some pop culture news that is dropping. Let me see if I can find my man Seth in here. Seth, you ready? I hope you're ready. Come on in. And hopefully we ain't going to have any of the issues that we had before with Seth, because for some reason, I think the man got signed against me. I don't understand what it is. What is this? There we go. Send request. All right, Seth, come on in here. Hopefully we're going to have a peaceful, calm, beautiful segment today. Waiting on you, Seth. And then we're going to go into our lit pick with Antonio Palmeiras.
Hope you're there, Antonio. I know I'm late. I'm so sorry. So much to discuss sometimes. You know what I mean? So there he is.
Shawn Alleyne, you son of a bitch. You shiny son of a bitch.
It don't gotta be like this. It don't gotta be like this, fam. Listen, just get on with it, man.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right.
Right? In other news,
yeah,
Eddie Brock, we all know him as Venom, right?
Yeah.
The man who made Colgate question their target audience, you know, because he got loyalty. The man who looks like if he tried to cut midnight and burnt it.
He's back.
The larger than life cavity. The man who can't kiss French people anywhere. Can't do no French kissing.
He should.
No matter where he goes.
I see where you're going with it. Okay.
He's dead. He's dead.
Oh.
He's dead. It's so hard to say goodbye to what's in the heart.
Bro?
Court said he was thrown off a building, right? So he came off the building. You know, every 10 feet you just kept gaining speed, hit the ground, bam, crack like an egg.
Damn.
All entire things everywhere. Thank God for the car that was there. The brick is fall. You know what I mean? Showed us the car. Toyota. Here's a Toyota. Wait. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. I'm getting some. You know. So Venom has a movie coming out. Right. So he's going to be all right. He's going to be fine. So yeah, he ain't gonna be dead too long.
I got
just hold on a minute. He gonna be dead too long.
It is.
In further news. There's a new symbiote in town.
Okay.
And he goes by the name of one of the ideas. I mean, Plague, right? Shit came out of America. Plague.
Okay.
Plague, that's his name, right? There's just Plague, another symbiote, another one.
Tired of it.
Tired of it. Got a joke for you, Shawn.
I don't know if I read it. What is it?
What do you call a group of Spider-Man forming a team?
Wait, sorry. You was breaking out just now. Say that again?
What do you call a group of Spider-Man forming a team?
I don't know.
A spin-off.
A spin-off. Okay.
Spider-Man has officially formed a Spider team, right? The news has been crawling up the wall, and the team has come up with a name. I personally, I would have called them the Cobwebs, right? But Marvel has chosen to call them. That's a wonderful name. The Art of the Webs, right? So Cobwebs, Art of the Web, close enough. When that first statement, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, the response was, who's these guys? Who are those? Don't know who they are.
I don't know who they are.
I don't know who they are either. Right. In other news, Goku and Vegeta are at it again. This time, the Dragon Ball Super creators have given the green light for more multicolored power-ups to be used in the series in the upcoming years. All right?
Okay.
I guess it wasn't a pigment of their imagination.
Pigment. Okay.
A pigment of their imagination.
Okay.
Long-time character Popo, and you know Popo is an activist in streets in the Dragon Ball universe, right? Was overheard saying, I know one color they won't go to change into.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You know what color that is, Shawn?
No, I
don't know what color that is, Shawn? Black. Darkness. Lack of light. That's the color they're going to choose. Not black. So change every other color except black. Racist. In other news, shut up. I know a racist when they see one. Look yourself the bear all the time. Chris Evans is reportedly coming back to the role of Captain America. I love it, Shawn. Chris Evans was Captain America to me.
I love it.
I don't like Captain America.
Right.
I let Chris Evans play Captain America.
Okay.
It was good.
Yes.
All right.
You
know where I want to come back to?
What?
I want to know. I want Wesley Snipes to come back as Blade.
Yes.
I want to see Saturday Night morning cartoons. You know.
Right.
I want back the old Kanye, not the new Kanye. I want the old Kanye.
I can agree.
Right. And Shawn, I want back my hair.
That gone, fam. That done.
Hey.
Look, Sorry.
All right. Other news.
Yeah.
James Gunn confirms that Suicide Squad is finished. It's finished, right? Suicide Squad. Well, that was a little anticlimactic, because I guess he means the filming was finished, right?
Oh, okay.
The filming.
Okay, right.
But you know what, Sean? I don't like to make jokes about suicide.
Oh,
you know why?
Why?
Because it always ends too soon. You know why I don't like to make like movies that deal with suicide?
Why?
It was leave me hanging.
Oh God.
For legal reasons, that is not funny. All right.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Thank you.
Right. Good.
Jesus.
Good. Right. In other news.
There's
more.
more.
Report says that Max, right, is looking to bring back Batman the animated series.
Okay.
Right. If this is true, I will watch it. Simple. That's it. I will watch it. Right?
Me too. Yeah. I would like to see.
In further news, George Clooney's nipples.
Oh God.
All with the idea of being on the show, but the script didn't pique their interest.
No, stop.
Right.
No. Okay.
It went on to say.
Oh no. All right. I think we had enough of these George Clooney nipple jokes. I feel like we milked that a little bit too much.
Sean. You son of a bitch.
I don't understand. I was just saying that I don't think that we need to keep going back to the. All right. And I think he was actually going quick, but that was Seth Dulcie with In Other News. I don't take any responsibility for that. That Suicide Squad joke. That was rough. That was darkness. Moving on. We are going to go with our next segment. Antonio Palmares with Lit Pick. Lit Pick is our weekly. Let me see if I can find him here real quick. Yeah, there we go. Lit Pick is our weekly segment where Antonio blesses us with some of his choices for the week of comic books, graphic novels. There we go. Antonio, what's going on, fam?
I don't know if I can follow Seth's segment anymore because I'm trying to wrap my head around idea. You know what? No, I'm going to soldier on because I'm a grown-ass man, dog.
You can do this. I might gotta switch it up, fam. I might gotta bring you on first and then Seth because the Suicide Squad one still got me, fam. He said it leaves me hanging. Jesus.
I
don't know.
I'm gonna let it marinate.
We got this.
Yeah.
We got this.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so here are the picks for. All right, this is the picks that we got for this week. And he also got me thinking about my hairline too, which I'm kind of upset about. Not even gonna lie to you when he talked about it. I felt some kind of way. You know what? No, let's just gonna take it back. We're gonna do what we gotta do. We're gonna woo side out. Light some incense. You know what I'm saying? What you gotta do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 4 picks for you. Actually, I have 3, and I got 1 special one because it's somebody's birthday today, and I really enjoy their stuff, so I'm gonna put this out there. All right, so first one we got, because it's Sunday, and you know I love doing things on Sunday. We've got a book called Heathen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you and Seth might got more in common than you think, but go ahead.
I'm just saying. All right, so this is from Vault Comics. Really love this company. This is about a Viking warrior who goes on a quest after she is banished from her village. She goes on a quest to save a Valkyrie and to fight the gods in Norse mythology.
Okay.
I
I just happened upon this one day. I don't even know how I really found it. I was like, oh, okay, check it out. Then I finally found a soft cover volume because all they had was hardcover. I wanted a soft cover. Enjoyed it the hell out of it. I think there are 3 volumes out. Definitely worth a check.
Okay.
Vault Comics is doing some really awesome things. I just love that company, and I'm gonna see if they got any more T-shirts to buy too. You know, I love a good T-shirt.
I know you do.
I'm saying. All right, and you know, I love to bring some flavor, some different stuff you probably never even heard of, different countries. You know, this way, I don't know why I'm doing all these hand gestures. I don't know why.
I do it
because I've had I've had like 3 cups of tea today, so I don't know what's going. I think there was something in there. I don't know what they put in the steeping process is very meticulous. But I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
So this one we have is Shikari Force Hunters. This is out of Graphic India. This is like they made like a few comics which are out of India. This is a great one. This is basically an assassin and a demon hunter who is actually the daughter of a demon.
Okay.
They're dating, and along with the scientist, they go after demons and such like that. And the art is actually pretty cool. I love the look of the art. It's just something different, just something, it's there. I forgot how I found this one too. I just be finding random books. I don't know how. I've just be coming up with random stuff.
I was going to ask you that in another at some point.
I don't know. It's somehow I'm attracting these random ass books, and I don't know what it is. Oh, you know what? Let me give credit to the creative teams. I'm sorry. For Heathen, out of Vault Comics again, we have Natasha Altarisi, who wrote and does the art, and then we have Rachel Deering, who does the letters. Even the art in this one, you can see it's got it's a bit different as well too, but it's just like the art feels kind of like Norse mythology. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it feels like Norse mythology, very shadowy kind of, and you can feel like the cold and such like that because Norse cold and winter stuff. It's very cool. I love that. Out of Shikari Force, the creative teams are, and excuse me if I butcher the names, of course. Sarwat Chada was the writer. Art is by Orunji Dunsini. Letters are also by Adita Bindikar.
Okay.
I love it. Like I said, something different, something just out there. Okay. Now we have Knight's Dominion. This is out of Oni Press, another company I love a lot. They have, there's a book out from them called The Sixth Gun, which was a huge hit for them. Again, another company kind of just on the outer veil. I love it. And I'm just going. Heathen, I thought that was about Shawn. Damn it. Wow. Ooh, that hurt.
It's no kind of love from Tracy, man. No kind of respect. It's just
I didn't know that was gonna happen. I don't
think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary for that. Wait, Tracy.
That was a lot of pressure on me now because I really set that joke up for them. I didn't even realize it.
It's not your fault, fam. There's some hurt people as they say it, So
I feel some kind of way now. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm gonna keep going.
I have
so
every week.
So Knight's Dominion, out of Oni. This is written and illustrated by Ten Nafe, but this is also lettered by Aditya Bindikar, who also did Shikari Force as well. This is like a think of like a Dungeons and Dragons. How you have the classes, you have mage, you have ranger, you have sorcerer, like healer, such like that. Think of that, except the leader of the group is the thief, and they're trying to save their village from this cult. And there's like this monster knight that's helping the cult as well. Really dug it. This is 3 volumes. Nice, good size. So it's plenty to read. The art inside is like some nice art.
Yeah.
I dig this. It's also the fact that it's not that like the members of this band are also people of color, which you don't see a lot in sword and sorcerer type of stories and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's that a lot.
Yeah.
The only other thing I can think of with that would be comics from Stranger Comics, like
okay, right.
The Stranger. I'm trying to think of all the other stuff they have. Untamed, which is great stuff too. Okay, so the last one, this is in honor of Robert Jeffrey. Today is his birthday. Did not know that until Facebook told me.
Yo, yeah, rest in peace. Sheesh. Yeah, man.
No, he's still here.
Wait, you said Robert Jeffrey?
Yes, Jeffrey.
Who are you thinking
Not Robert Garrett.
That's what. Oh shoot, sorry.
No.
Oh God, I was thinking of Rob Garrett. I was thinking of Rob Garrett. My fault.
Well, no, but rest in peace to him as well. We miss him dearly. Great man, awesome creator. No, you're definitely right. No, rest in peace to him as well. But today we'll celebrate Robert Jeffrey, his birthday.
Robert Jeffrey. Shout out to Rob. Yes. We got to get him on the show too. Talented writer.
Yeah, I mean, and just all around nice guy too. You know what I mean? Just amazing. So for that, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to Route 3. This is his bread and butter, his baby, his heart, his soul, everything. This is, I believe, the first book that he did too. This is Robert along with Shawn Damian Hill. This was the first book that I was introduced to out of, actually both of them, out of Robert and out of Shawn. And
Shawn is a beast.
Shawn, like, you can see his evolution in this book too, how he just got better as it went on. Mm-hmm. And you look at him now, I'm like, I can't even deal with his art. I'm like, why would you do that to my soul? Why? I'm so angry at what you do that I have to eat 2 Beyond Burgers. I need to feed my soul because of that.
Replenish Beyond Burgers. You're right. I got you. I haven't one for dinner tonight. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I had one earlier, so you good. Just damn, it's so good, man. I don't know how to. Yeah.
The Beyond Brothers. We're gonna get some. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna just eat them all up. For real. Oh my God. This is actually about the character Shawn. Not you, Shawn, but a different Shawn.
Right.
Shawn in the book. A man who gains powers and ends up getting chased by the government, and also another clandestine group. This is just a real fun book. I believe he's going to be doing more of it. I'm not sure when because he's got a lot of irons in the fire right now. But this was his first one. Mm-hmm. You can go and check it out. This is out of Terminus Media as well. Any of the books that I show here, I will be more than happy to show you on my IG page, which is The Hungry Bleak. Also doing the fandom initiative as well. We'll be coming back later on in February. Just to replenish ourselves, get everything situated. But I just love bringing these comics to you every week and let you know what's out there, stuff that you probably haven't heard of, unfortunately, but definitely go check it out, pick it up, and enjoy.
Appreciate you, Antonio, as always, man. Be blessed, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, you will. I'm going to take care of my hairline, though. I'm going to have something for you next week. I'm going to be real.
And I'll see if I can talk to Seth and see if we could bring some less darkness into the mix, man. It's just terrible.
I feel like because of what happened this week, he's gonna go, oh, that was too dark. I got something for that ass. Watch out. He's gonna come up with something even worse next week, and I'm gonna just sit here like I don't know. All right, I mean, I guess I can't. I'm gonna just sit here with my tea.
You enjoy. And we'll see you later on, man. Be safe.
Thank you. You too. Peace.
All right, peace. All right, that was Antonio. As always, the other thing, like what Antonio brings for us too, the fact that it's not from the majors and stuff like that. You know what I mean? A lot of smaller indie companies that producing good books. So y'all know what it is. We got our guest segments out of the way. We are going to bring my man, The Art of Moles, back in here. Julian Mosely, come on in here, sir. Do what you do. All right, where are you? Why can't I find you all of a sudden? All right, let me see. Let me try this. There we go. Boom. All right, Art of Moles, come on in here, and we will finish up. So I see some comments. What's going on in here?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh wow. Disrespectful.
Wow.
Disrespectful.
Wow.
I don't understand.
Wow.
Why you got me like this? Listen. So we're running a little bit behind schedule. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get into all our special segments, but we'll do that next week. I think Moles, I'm gonna leave it up to you. We got How Does It Look? How Was It? Right? We got the Phantom Zone, the artist spotlight, what's on the table, the versus challenge. We want to jump to?
Right. Let's get into how it looks like quickly, because as in terms of
Okay,
how it
so
goes.
we're gonna do how does it look? How was it? And this is a
Correct.
segment of the show where we take something and we say, hey, that trailer, that thing, how's that look? We give our predictions, and then how was it? Something that we actually watched, and we tell you how we felt. So in the how does it look category, boom, what dropped today? Kong versus Godzilla. King Kong versus Godzilla. The Clash of the Titans. The monstrous battle. The trailer dropped. I think midnight last night, or this morning, or whatever. What'd you think, Mose?
Crazy.
Would you see it?
It's going to be.
Are you seeing it?
I haven't watched it from the cover of my home, obviously, because I can't go nowhere do anything. So obviously.
Okay.
So yeah.
This week. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. So who thinks otherwise? And fuck it, I don't care.
Who you got in the fight?
Man, why is your ears me? Man.
Come on.
Zilla.
You got Zilla?
Because honestly, he has more than one thing going on with him. Obviously, like I as much as you would let you go with Kong, right? But it's like Zilla got like this fire thing, and then he does something else different, and then it's too much. So I would love Kong to actually come out, but
I like. All right, here's the thing. This was advertised like 60 years ago. It was supposed to be coming out forever. Now that it's here, I don't know if I really want to see it, to be honest with you. I gonna watch it, but it didn't really do anything for me. I'll be honest.
Like I said, it didn't come from my own horse.
From a graphic standpoint, from the art, I'm always amazed at what they could do now with CGI. There was pieces that was like, oh, this is a documentary. This shit is real. This is filmed.
Yeah.
There's from a technical standpoint, it looks amazing. Exactly. I don't know if I really want to see it. My money is on Kong. I think he's more versatile. Yes, Zilla, we know Zilla got the atomic breath and all that type of stuff, which is the same thing that Tracy has, atomic breath. But I think Kong more versatile in what he could do. You know what I mean? Like just from the
Pause. Let me just marinate that shit there for a minute, right? Like,
I know
the atomic breath for Tracy. Like, you just can't let that shit slide. That is funny, fam. I try not to die here, all right? Just
have you had a conversation with him?
Yes.
No, I'm messing with you. This is Tracy. I actually like the conversation. I like the back and forth that going on with Tracy and Seth in the comments, where Tracy said he asked if Seth got kicked out the Phantom Zone. First he said, Seth in the Phantom Zone. Seth said he's Phantom Zone proof, and then Tracy said they kicked you out. That is hilarious, to be kicked out of the Phantom Zone. Tracy, you got that one. I love that one. But yeah. So I don't know, man. I gonna watch it, but anyway.
It looks crazy.
Who y'all got? Y'all got Godzilla? Y'all got King Kong? Who y'all got? I don't know. Mose, how was it? Let's talk WandaVision. I might have to make this a weekly thing on the show. I mean, I know
it may have to be. It may have to be.
I'm feeling it, fam. I like that it's different, man. I admire the guts that Marvel got. I like how they're keeping the whole comedy theme. Like I thought it was just going to be a small segment, then it was going to get serious. They're making it a comedy throughout the ages. They had like these type Dick Van Dyke, I Love Lucy type style comedy. Then at the end of the second episode, it went into like a 70s style comedy. Like I guess like a Three's Company.
It went to the 60s. It went to the 60s in the second episode, And now in the third episode, they went to the 70s, where it's more like Brady Bunch type feel comedy. So it gives you that nostalgia, which is something that I didn't think that it would easily pulled off, but apparently, they're doing it very well. And there are some tidbits and some Easter eggs that are in it that you all might not even get to see it, but like, yo, man, I tell you, and it gets like kind of twisted and creepy at times. So that's exactly what we need. So
I gotta say this. I get a little annoyed with people that we get spoiled in this day and age, fam. We getting spoiled with this binge watching and everything got to make sense from the first episode. I like you slow pace. I like the fact that they're releasing it every week. I love that, and I like that they didn't give it away too much. Because when it starts being funny, there's a creepy little element. I don't want to do too much spoilerific type stuff on this episode, but there's something that the part where the Vision says something, and then there was like a wait, what? You know what we're talking about, right, Mose?
Correct. And that was in. I think that happened in two segments.
It happened in the other one, but I like the way they did this one. That it wasn't the rewind thing. It was quick and weird. And if you blink, you'd be like, oh wait. I like
but you see, the thing is, I saw it when it happened. I was like, what? They just do that? It was like, nice. So when it happened, it was like, yo, I really wanted to see where it goes and when it goes for that point. So I was like, yeah.
And I just want to make sure that I understand this right. Ron just put up a sleep emoji.
No, actually, he's actually showing himself how he looks in real life, because he's yellow and that emoji is yellow. So therefore, he's sleepy right now.
You said he's emoji yellow?
He's emoji yellow, fam. He is Lego brick yellow, fam.
I want you to stop, right? I want you to stop. I want you to apologize to Ron. You can't be coming on here saying stuff like that and then talk about me.
You can't tell me shit, because you used to be on Horseman 24/7.
That was so long ago. That was so 2020.
Nah. Come
on. Listen.
I know. Honestly, right? Yeah. Funny. Me and Ron go way back because, like, we do that to each other. He calls me some other shit, and then I say that, and then I know.
But here's the thing, Ron. I don't understand why. Why would you have a problem with WandaVision? It's piercing, and then just enough creepiness with what they revealed about the neighbors. It got me intrigued because what's the character's name? Grenadine.
Yes.
Grenadine, when she. Yes. What happened with her? I mean, you saw it in the original trailer. I don't know. Spoiler alert.
But however,
all right. I'm just saying.
But we know that she is not the name Grenadine.
Right.
She is. Yeah.
So it's like the neighbors. No, it got me intrigued. There's some neighbors that seem to be part of that, and then there's some neighbors that aren't. I thought all the neighbors was kind of trapped in the spell.
I think it is. I think everyone's trapped in the spell, except for one.
Same. Yeah.
Except for one.
So, I'm on board. Obviously, this is proof once again that Rowan knows nothing about life, and he's a sad yellow man. And we're gonna move on from there. So we're gonna close it out. Let's go into our Xion versus Art Challenge. Right. This is what last thing we're gonna end it on. Next week we'll try to condense and have our regular What's on the Table Artist Spotlight. I was gonna have the Phantom Zone, but the Phantom Zone we don't have time to really get into. We're gonna close it out with the Xion versus Art Challenge. Every week we have a different challenge where we pit two characters against each other. You may not really see. Last week was Agent 47 versus Assassin's Creed. We put up the poll, and the poll, I think this is the second time this happened, was split down the middle, 50%, half and half.
Word.
It's y'all couldn't agree on a victor, so Agent 47, Assassin's 50% y'all voted for Agent 47, 50% y'all voted for Assassin's Creed. So it's a tie. I guess they kill each other or something like that. The art challenge is also, this is part of the art challenge where we also encourage you to draw, sketch one of the characters or both the characters. Is a weekly way for you to, keep that pencil sharp, and keep your skills on point and all that.
Right.
We had a matchup for y'all planned, but with the trailer dropping, we are going to go with Kong versus Godzilla. We are going to put that up on the polls and get your official votes. Who will win between this clash of monsters? King Kong, Godzilla
versus
Godzilla. In the
Godzilla.
movie, I think they're going to cheat us, fam. In the movie, I think they're going to make it a draw. I got a feeling they're going to make it a tie. But
hey, that sounds like a spoiler all together.
I just know how Hollywood works, man. They ain't going to take away their moneymaker. You know what I mean? They're going to have both of them.
Nah, of course.
They're going to team up or something like that.
Something's gonna.
But yeah, that brings us to the end of today's show. Thank y'all for walking with us.
Before we do anything else, just in case y'all might not even think about it, but we just had a Phantom Zone moment, whereas that Seth was in the Phantom Zone, then he got kicked out by the other residents. So there was your segment of the Phantom Zone. So we still had to get everything else.
Yes.
So yeah. So we still had it.
Zone. Yeah. Apparently, Seth, you might got some a passport for the Phantom Zone. They might be asking you to come back and check.
Apparently he has clearance right now in the Phantom Zone. He can just wave his card, go in and get out easily.
Yeah. But he can't stay too long. The other residents is like, yo, you can't stay too long. But he's like, yo, I already bought a timeshare, so I want a piece of this. You can't tell me that I can't come. You can tell me how long I can stay, but you can't tell me I can't come in. So,
I don't think they want him.
Yeah.
I don't think they want him. That's the problem. So
sorry, Seth. Sorry, bro.
Sorry, bro.
So, we are out of here. Just a few reminders. As always, go check out the Xion Discard page. At this Saturday, I believe, is the debut of the
next Saturday.
Debut of the new show, the new spinoff. This is the End, featuring that Yellow Brick, Ron, Moles, the rest of the Horsemen. Shout out to them. We will be putting some posts up on the Xion page. We're also
very soon.
Yes, we're also going to be putting up the recommendations from Antonio, so that's going to be up on the page as well. I saw that Delvin was asking for the name of one of the comic books, so you could reach out to me, Moles, or Antonio and get the names.
Yes,
just a reminder, there's also the Street Team comic book contest still going on. It's an art contest. 3 lucky winners. You can win cash prizes, books, and all kind of stuff. Miss anything? Shout out to our special correspondents, Seth Dalsey, Antonio Pomares. Shout out to all the people behind the scenes who make this show possible. Glenn, Moles, Ryan Minister, Jason. I really appreciate you guys. Shout out to y'all, the audience, for rocking with us every week. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Moles, do your thing.
Quickly. I want to also shout out my guy, our guest, definitely Delvin Howell, because he has been very prolific in what he does, and even though like he is like, it might not seem like he doesn't look, but he knows a lot. He has a lot of knowledge and stuff. He loves what he do, especially and honestly, he's one of the writers for Omniton, so coming online. So yeah, so we're looking to work so soon. And also to plug this real quickly, for the show next Saturday for the Horsemen, we are looking at Offset this week, and we will review Offset that also. So stay tuned to that. Links coming soon to whenever we stream, because we're streaming live that day at 5 p.m. EST, that's Belgian time, 4 p.m. EST. So yeah, for sure.
And on the words.
Yes. Also, they are going to be on the end of the month, which is February. I think it is I think it's 27th. No, I could be 20th or 21st. Could be wrong, but again, there will be links to that where they put it up, and then there's stuff that I'm gonna put up. As usual, I tell you people Be safe, be creative, be you. Peace.
Peace, y'all.